All right. Hey, everybody. Happy Monday. If you're watching this on a replay, put in the comments, hashtag replay. If you are watching live, let me know what you're working on. Tell me hi. Let's see. Make sure everything is going okay here. Mhm. Okay. Melissa says it's good. I figure out how to get to my video feed because I can't seem to get to that. So give me just a second. I'm working on it. Oh, come on. Facebook feed is freezing. So hopefully you guys aren't having the same problems I'm having. There we go. I think maybe we're okay. Maybe we're not. Brenda says lost you. Melissa says sort of. Okay. Hopefully. Let's see if it's an earbud issue or just a computer issue. Let's try this again. All right. Is this any better? Is the video okay? Is it not? Looks like things are okay on my end. Yeah, okay. Well, hopefully everybody can catch up with me. In the meantime, I will get some water. I'm a little bit distracted because Melissa had a little thumbs up in her screen still. Okay, so if you're popping on and joining us, tell me hi, tell me what you're working on, tell me how your weekend was. Let's see, Holly, before I forget, there is an upcoming art jamboree. I don't know if you were still looking at events to do for your soaps. But it's here at the marketplace in, I think, December 16th or something like that. She just posted something about it. Um, it's not on my notes to talk about, but I wanted to mention that to you. So, let's see, Holly, Sherry, Shar, Cindy, Brenda. I'm not seeing any new comments, so I'm hoping things are still going okay. Let me know, you guys, if you're on, if everything's okay. It's good. Okay, Melissa says it's good. So you guys are just on there, but not talking to me. That's fine. You probably have your knitting in your hand, like I should do. Um, okay, let's see. As a reminder, if there are continuing problems with Facebook, you can always pop over to the YouTube feed and we're live over there at the same time. Or conversely, if you are watching on YouTube and decide you'd rather watch us on Facebook, you could do that too. So let's go ahead and get started. It still is weird to me that I don't see any more comments, but that's not typical. Maybe the book of faces just needs to catch up for a minute or two. But I'll just keep talking. Worst case scenario, you guys always can pop back later and watch the rest of it if for some reason it's going a little wonky. You're typing? You are? I don't see any comments. Okay. Let me see if I refresh my Facebook thing here. See if that makes a difference. It's not showing anything. It's so I don't know what's happening. It's not showing up either on my phone feed or my computer feed. I don't know why. Technology is not great. You guys, if you're on here, just like give me a thumbs up or something so I can see that you are that you can see me and hear me, and let me know if everything is coming through on your end. My display shows that there are like 20 some people on here. So I don't know what's, maybe it's just gonna be one of those things today. Hmm, I don't know. All right, you guys, I'll leave the YouTube video going, but I'm gonna try and restart the Facebook feed and see if that makes a difference. Um, so we'll pop that off and then we'll pop back on again and see. So give me just a second. If you're watching on YouTube, I apologize. It's gonna be just kind of a little, you know, typical chaos, I guess. So I'm gonna finish this and we'll be right back. Hang on. Oh, my life, you guys. Done. Let's try this again. And now my little mount thing wants to fall over. Okay, let's try this again. The motivation. Well, I see Chandra's on YouTube. Only Chandra gets to see me. Okay, let's try this again. Okay. Back. Oh my, now my feed's a little messed up. You don't need to see the floor. Okay. Connected, disconnected. I don't know if the sound is the sound okay. Melissa says the sound's good. Okay, let's try this again. Hopefully, take two might be a little bit better. We'll see. So I see a few of you popping on. So tell me hi. So I make sure that everybody can see and hear me okay. Melissa says still kind of okay, kind of not okay. Now I'm good. Okay. I don't know. All right. If you are back on, I see a few people starting to join. Say hi, give me a thumbs up, something, so I know that you're here, so I know that you can hear me. And otherwise, I don't know what, maybe this is just not a meant to be thing tonight, but hopefully it's not. The Facebook is not showing me anything. I don't know what the deal is. Live chat, no comments. Hmm. And Melissa says it's good. It shows people watching, but I'm not seeing anything. I'm not seeing any comments or um two. Yeah. Mine is not showing anything. I swear they keep changing stuff on me and I don't know what. I don't know why. Or that's not it. Well, I guess I'm just going to talk. I just won't be able to respond to anybody's comments or anything because I can't see any of them. So, if for some reason that starts changing, then I will start responding to people. But at least I can see I can see YouTube comments. I just can't see Facebook comments or see anything beyond it telling me that people are there. So, it's kind of a bummer because I like interacting with you guys and answering questions, but at least if Melissa can see comments, that she can answer them. So I guess we'll just get started. So welcome to Monday Motivation. Today is November 25th, 2024. My name is Kristen. I am the owner of the Little Yarn Shop located in Saginaw, Michigan, inside the SVRC Marketplace. Marketplace hours on normal weeks are Wednesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. Marketplace hours are 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Shop hours are 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Everything will be closed this Thursday for Thanksgiving, but we will all be open Wednesday, normal hours, and Friday and Saturday, normal hours. So the shop open at 10 o'clock. If you are coming in on Friday or Saturday this week, any week really, and you're coming between 10 and 11, the best way to get into the building is through the entrance closest to our shop by the pavilion. Sometimes the doors that are on the far side that are by like Cobb King and by the bead store, sometimes they lock those doors. If you come to those doors, the one that's closest to Water Street, which would be, if you're staring at the building, it would be the one to the far left. That one's probably unlocked, but for the most part, the doors leading from the pavilion into the marketplace that are closest to the shop are unlocked between 10 and 11, since the rest of the market doesn't open till 11. We've got new yarn to talk about. You can maybe see this pile of brown bags behind me. I don't know if it shows up too much. I can't tell if it shows up on my Facebook feed, but it does on the YouTube feed. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit too, in addition to projects, what I'm wearing, what I'm working on, all of that. So I am wearing my No Need to Panic sweater. Is a Casapinka pattern. Uses, it calls for, of course I didn't put my little thing right here. Hang on, I'll be right back. I make myself these handy dandy little cards. I should actually, keep them by so I can use them as a reference. So calls for 1,100 to 2,200 yards of a DK weight yarn. I used the Plymouth Sea Isle cotton, which is a 50% organic Pima cotton, 50% merino blend in this, whatever this color is, oyster. This is a pretty, just kind of a pale gray. Apparently I'm on a gray kick now. This is kind of a purpley or gray though. This is the new one that I'm working on. Similar type of yarn, I guess. The Sea Isle cotton is a really great lightweight yarn. It can kind of bounce between worsted and DK. It's designed to be a good intro to top-down sweaters. There's no raglan increasing. The increases are done. I think I say that now I'm thinking about it. The increases are done all throughout the yoke. I thought there might be a few raglan increases down lower, but there aren't. Wide neck, it's meant to be a little bit kind of cropped-ish. So it's not super long, but because it's a top down, it would be easy enough to modify it to add length to it. If you wanted a smaller neckline, you could knit a smaller size. However, it's designed to have quite a bit of ease. So it's designed to have this fit a little bit like the ranunculus sweaters. So this is the second size. It's the 44. Sort of bracelet length, 3/4 length sleeves, depending on how far I reach with my arms. Size 6 to 7 needles. So that is what I'm wearing. It's cozy. I love this yarn. The Sea Isle cotton is so nice and soft. It's a good transitional yarn. I finished not only one, well, I guess it's one project, but it's a bunch of little things. I found and fell in love with this pattern last week called the Succulent Coaster Set, and I've been telling everybody about it. Look at how stinking cute these guys are. I think any of the little crochet amigurumi is made like just that much better when you put a face on something, especially if it's inanimate objects like a little potted plant. So what this is a crochet set of coasters, and then you crochet a little pot for them all to fold up in. The coasters themselves use a DK weight yarn. So what I used is the Universal Yarn Cotton Supreme DK in this green color. And you only need one skein of each to get, you probably could get 2 baskets and 2 sets of coasters out of a skein of the DK and a skein of the bulky for the pot. The color I used is spring green, and the little coasters end up looking like this. How stinking cute they are. So about this pattern, the pattern is by designer Sweater Babe. She has a lot of patterns on Ravelry. This one is currently free. I think it will be a pay for pattern eventually, but right now it's free on Ravelry. And it's not only written and charted, but she also has a link to like a 40-minute video that walks you through step by step how to do each step of the process of the coasters. And I think the basket as well, or the pot as well, but I didn't look all the way through the video. I only just pulled it up to look at one little thing to make sure I was doing it properly. But so she says she's got 2 sizes of baskets. You could do a small basket that would hold 2 or 3 coasters, or a larger one that could hold up to 5. So I did 5 little coasters, and they're all folded up because they look so cute in there. So 5 little coasters, and then they fold up into the basket and make it look like, look at how stinking cute that is, you guys. It looks like a little succulent pot. I haven't put the face on it yet. I have safety eyes at home and probably some black yarn. I imagine I have some black yarn to make it a little expression on there, but I just think they look so stinking cute. On Saturday, I was working on this, and it didn't take very long at all. On Saturday, I got the basket and I think 3 or 4 coasters done just in being up and down and helping people and doing all kinds of other random stuff. So they're a pretty quick little project. Ashley and Nicole were here and we got talking about them, and Nicole, because so the yarn that I used for my pot was Forget Me Not by Plymouth, which is like it's 100% cotton, a bulky weight yarn. And like I said, you don't need very much of it for this little pot. But then Nicole was walking around and found Remix Chunky, which would be awesome. It would give you that sort of terracotta pot feel, which is what I kind of wanted. And I don't know why I didn't think of this yarn, but I think this would have been awesome for the little pot too, a little terracotta pot. I may end up doing a couple sets of them because one just probably isn't enough. My kiddo might get a set for the dorm room. I did start a second set. Let's see if it's here, because I was having issues with crochet hook size. It calls for a G for the I almost said doily, for the coaster, and I didn't have a G. I had a size smaller and a size larger. So the size smaller hook, the F, gave me this size. Next size up past G is a 7mm or a 7, and that's the difference it made. So feel wise, I like the smaller one better. I think it's a little bit sturdier, but I like the fact that if you were to go with the larger one, it would actually show if you were putting a standard mug on it, you would still see kind of the design underneath it. So the smaller set will go to V for probably for Christmas for the dorm, because I think it's cute, and most everything they use are these tiny little travel mugs and stuff anyways. But I imagine it won't be used practically. I think it'll just sit on a shelf looking like a cute little succulent pot that doesn't need to be watered, and you won't kill it. So 1 skein each of a DK and a chunky yarn, and you could get probably 2 sets of coasters out of it, which I think is really, really cool. 2 sets of coasters, 2 pots. So that was my For those of you who tend to be kind of ADHD and really appreciate a quick little dopamine fix, this is great for that. I am making progress on my 3-season pullover. I mentioned last week that my plan was to hold off on the ribbing on the bottom of the back while I finish the front. So there's the back. And I put the back on pearl strings down at the bottom. The way it's written, it has you finish, do 2 inches of ribbing at the bottom and bind off and seam the sides. But I decided I wanted to do the ribbing in the round. So there's the front. I am now done with the back and the front lengthwise, and I have joined it in the round. I'm only a row and a half in, but I have started my ribbing down at the bottom. I tried not to fixate too much on how the cables run into the ribbing, just because the cables aren't all divisible by 4. So there are some places where it's not a smooth transition, but there's just not a whole lot you can do about that. And I think in the long run, nobody's going to notice that anyway. And then I will go back after I've done the ribbing, I'll go back, seam down the sides from the underarm. But look at how gorgeous that is. It's so, so beautiful. So that's the front, that's the back. I love that it's not the same. Mirrored is not even the right word, but the back has the one cable that goes all the way down the center. The front has the cables offset along each side. So I think it's really cool. Happy with how it's turning out. Now I just have to do knit 2, purl 2 ribbing for inches and inches and inches, and that's going to take me a little while, but it's okay because it's just knitting and it's working towards something fun. And I think because that one also is kind of oversized like this one is, not the same sleeve setup. It has kind of a drop sleeve that you pick up and knit down, but in a similar case like this, if you look at the sleeve, like it's pretty short. There's not a whole lot to it. So I think those will go fairly quickly. So I'm excited about that. Okay, so that's what I'm wearing, what I finished, what I'm working on. New yarns. I got a shipment. I got 2 boxes from Malabrigo today when I came in the shop and had plans to do other things. I opened the door and was greeted by 2 big boxes from Malabrigo. They have a new colorway. They have new colors in a couple of their bases, and we got a restock of one that we've been waiting for. So mohair. They've got 3 new colors in their mohair. It's not new colors in terms of like new for everything, but new for the mohair because they were kind of limited on what they had. And one of them is Cereza, which is their gorgeous, gorgeous deep burgundy red. Look at how beautiful that is. So they've had kind of the purpley red before, but this is just the straight up deep red. So Cereza is new with the mohair. Bobby blue. And it's kind of similar to Oceans, I think. I think that's one of the ones they had. And Valentina, which is this pretty, it's like a lavender pink. I guess it's kind of like a cotton candy purpley pink color. So those are the 3 new mohair colors. In Arroyo, they added the color Heirloom Vegetables, which up to this point has only been available in the mohair and not in any other base. But this is just gorgeous. Very heavily speckled burgundies with some yellows and oranges and some reds and pinks and purples. It's beautiful. So Arroyo is their DK sport weight yarn, 335 yards and 100 grams, 100% superwash merino. They come 5 in a bag. Ah, it's so beautiful. That's a new color for Arroyo. Now, the new color that Malabrigo released that is new in multiple bases is called Old Rose. And so we've got it in 3 of the bases. We've got it in the Ultimate Sock, which is their sock that has that 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. We've got it in Arroyo and we've got it in Rios. So this is Old Rose on all 3 bases. So fingering weight, DK sport weight, worsted weight. My camera's kind of blowing it out a little bit on the YouTube feed, but it's like this. It's like a brown pink. I don't even know what you would call it, but I wouldn't even say it's like a mauve color because it's not purpley. It's just, I guess Old Rose is a good way to put it. It's like an antique brown pink. But I love that, especially in Arroyo. It seems like there's a good mix of darks and lights in it. But again, that could vary from bag to bag. That could vary from base to base. But I like this one because it's pretty consistent between the 3 bases. A lot of times we'll get a yarn that it's the same color in Rios and Sock, for example, and they look completely different, but these look pretty consistent between the 3, and it's a beautiful, beautiful tonal. I would say it could be a pretty good neutral, this tonal color. And then the last week or so, we have been, everybody's been eyeballing Brenda's Silent Night hat, which uses Malabrigo in Natural and Jupiter. So this is the hat. We talked about it last week with houses and Santa and the reindeer. And instead of using like a bright traditional red, she used Jupiter for this, for the brim and the color work. So we got another bag of that in the Rios. Color 49, Jupiter. It's beautiful. It's kind of it's burnt, like a bricky red with some browns in it. And it works. It's kind of like a vintagey Christmas look. So that's new yarn from Malabrigo. And then I wanted to talk about Black Friday and Small Business Saturday. So as of right now, my plan is to be here in the shop. Karen and I will be here Friday. Deb and Karen and I will be here Saturday, as far as I know. Barring any unforeseen issues with any of us, as seem to be happening lately. So hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully things stay kind of consistent and smooth. But you guys, sometimes life happens, and so if things change a little bit, somebody will be here. As far as I know, somebody will be here Friday and Saturday. So if you saw on Facebook earlier, we posted that the gift card promotion is now live. So for every $50 you get in Little Yarn Shop gift cards, you get a bonus $10 in fiber funds to spend in January. So think of it kind of like Kohl's Cash. And the fiber funds are good only January. Our regular gift certificates don't ever expire. You can get them in any amount, and you don't have to buy individual $50 gift cards. So if you want to buy $200 worth, you can buy yourself a $200, or somebody can buy it for you, a $200 gift card, and then you get a bonus $40 in fiber funds to spend in January. That is live on the website. You won't get, it will redirect you to a Square for checkout. And there's something that kind of we have to do on the back end in order to get that up and going right. So it's not an immediate get it in your inbox sort of thing, but we will get it to you. So the link was posted on Facebook today, but it's live on the website. So if you want to share that link with friends and family for the holidays, you can go ahead and start doing that now. The promotion runs this week and next week, and that's probably it. We'll see how it goes. If I have too many people panic and ask about it after that, we still have some flexibility with it, but it runs for 2 weeks. So Black Friday and Small Business Saturday, we're going to have some special deals here in the shop that are things that we don't normally carry. I am not going to talk about them too much because tomorrow's project might include being here and working on that some. I was here yesterday for quite a few hours getting things prepped, and part of that means you can't question Deb or Karen or even Ashley or Nicole, anybody else around here about what the deals are because nobody knows but me. But I am going to give you guys a little bit of a sneak peek at one of the things. Like I said, you may be able to see over my shoulder or next to me here some brown bags. We are doing mystery grab bags, and they're priced all over the place. I'm not done with them yet, but I do have some of them uploaded into our system. So each bag, whether it's a big one or a little one, each bag is stapled shut so you can't see what's in it. There is yarn and there are a couple little goodies in each bag. They're numbered. There's a suggested project type. There are hints on there and there are pattern suggestions. They range anywhere from 40 to 50% off the regular, the full retail price of these. So like this one, for example, says bag 28. It's a cowl. The hints are sport, 3 colors, 390 yards, pattern suggestions. Each one has both a knit and a crochet pattern suggestion on there. Retail price $30, sale price $20. So these range anywhere from like I see one that's retail 45, sale price is 25. We've got bigger ones. Like we've got some of these big guys. Project suggested type poncho, hints, Aran weight, speckle, 1900 plus yards, pattern suggested Elena poncho for crochet or Spinnaker swancho for knit. Retail price is 120, sale price is 75. So, that's all you get. If you're really crafty, you might, if you're in the shop, be able to get a little tiny peek into what's in there. But these are all, any of the yarn we have here in the shop is great yarn. So it's not a bad deal, or bad value all the way around. If you are one who likes a little bit of mystery and intrigue, they are up on the website with very limited information. Pretty much they're listed as mystery grab bags with the retail price and the sale price, and that's it. Beyond that, you have to come in the shop because each one of them is different. And I am just one person, so I'm up to like, I don't know. There are quite a few of them. I think I'm over 30 bags, and working on more. So I don't have the capacity to put all the description for each of them on the website. But if you are one for a little bit of intrigue and mystery, you can get a sneak peek and go on there and pre-order any that you would like. They are active on the website. We are going to be doing our sale on Swifts and ball winders. I have not looked those up recently from my vendor to see what the pricing is going to be on those, but we will be doing that with some as pre-orders probably starting next week. I don't think we're going to be doing the traditional 12 days deals. It's just going to be kind of a couple special deals. We're going to have some yarn bowls here. And hopefully some 3D printed ones, but some wood ones as well. And some other little fun things, like I said, things that we don't normally have in the shop. So it's worth it. I think it'll be worth it to come out Friday and Saturday. Plus, we like seeing everybody. We like supporting you. Black Friday, if you are out early and you do your shopping and then you want to kind of wind down, you could come do that here. Things that we've talked about a little bit here in the shop, but I had a note that maybe some of you don't know or haven't heard us talk about before. These guys. I know I just kind of totally switched directions, but yeah, you're probably used to that from me. Shout color catchers. If you have not used these when you're blocking your knits, they are great. Karen talks about them all the time. Honestly, I have to admit that I've never used them. I just bought this box at Menards the other day. They come in, these ones are a set of 24. Lori was in here. She said she saw them at Meijer and she had to buy like a 72 pack, but I mean, it's not a bad thing to have if you, especially if you're looking at Malabrigo doesn't normally bleed, but if you have something that's high contrast, especially with like a white yarn in the background, it's really not a bad idea to throw one or two color catchers in, even if you're doing lukewarm water, not agitating it, any of that. These little guys trap any excess dye that comes off of your fabric. The instructions are for doing it, like putting them in a load of laundry. It says 1 sheet in your washing machine, use 2 for large loads with new, dark, or non-color fast garments. But I have heard that people will use 2 or 3 if they're really concerned about soaking and blocking their knits and worried about color running. So shout color catchers. We're not sponsored by them. It's just something that I wanted to bring up and talk about. Like I said, I was at Menards the other day and saw these and thought I would grab them, left them in the car so I could remember to talk to you guys about them. Local businesses that I want to talk about. Many of you have heard me complaining a little bit about our printer here in the shop and the issue, or if you've been in the last couple months, you may have just heard the printer itself because it was grinding and making all kinds of noise. Took it in to get it fixed. They thought they fixed it. It wasn't fixed. And now we've been without it for a couple weeks. And I took it to Cartridge World that is in Saginaw over by Sam's Club on Bay Road. And kept following up and kept following up. And he kept saying, I'm trying to get parts. I'm trying to get parts. Things turned around in a pretty pleasant way. And I want to make sure that I pass that on because small businesses thrive on word of mouth, right? We know that. I know that definitely. And most of you do too. So the guys over at Cartridge World did right by me. He called me today and he said, I feel really bad that we haven't been able to fix your printer. Had it for a couple weeks, thought I could do it. Nothing worked. They gave us a refurbished laser printer with full ink cartridges. Gave it to us. So, I mean, talk about doing things the right way. He said he felt really bad. It was one that he had, like I said, he had refurbished it, and instead of recycling it, he was able to pass that on to us. He just asked that in the future we buy the toner cartridges from them, which I am more than happy to do to continue to support them. It's a business I really didn't know. It's one of those I've driven by a gazillion times on Bay Road, but to stop and talk to the guys, even today when I picked it up, I said, well, you can't fix everything. He said, well, I think I can. So it's frustrating when I don't. So Cartridge World, if you have ink or toner needs or have issues with printers, check them out. It's worth keeping them, keeping them in business, keeping them around. Also, you guys, there was just another one I was going to talk about and I didn't write it down because I thought I'll remember. Dang it, it was about really good customer service too. And now I can't remember what it was. This is this pretty typical how my life goes. Man, yeah, it just completely slipped my mind where I was going with that. I was going to talk about another local business that I was pleasantly surprised by, and whatever it was it is completely gone out of my head. It's just going to be one of those days, I think. Lots going on. But that is life. Food wise, I don't know if you're here in Saginaw. Some of you may have, we've talked about it a little bit, been out to Holly's. Holly's used to be where Patty Fleming's was, at the corner estate in Midland. I've been there once for food. It seemed pretty neat. Tried going there for lunch today. Turns out they don't serve food on Mondays currently. So just a heads up, if you look on the Google, I remembered chimneys. So I will come back to that. But if you are trying to get food on a Monday and you Google, is Holly's open? The answer is yes. However, when you walk in and you're surprised when there are hardly any cars in the parking lot at lunchtime, it's because they don't serve food on Mondays. So there's my little PSA on that. Now, let's talk chimneys and fireplaces. I had been looking for somebody for the last couple weeks to help me make sure that my fireplace was up and running properly within the house that I bought back in July. Now that it's getting chillier, I have this beautiful fireplace. Wanted to make sure before I started a fire in it that I wasn't going to start it on fire. And there was I had reached out on social media, was having a hard time finding places. The one place I called said they weren't taking anybody new until after spring. And then I found out they're just only masonry work anyway. But I ended up with a guy that we used at my old house. He just was a hard one to find online, but it's called Tim's Chimney Service. And he is out of Sanford. If you look on Yelp, you can find his information. He's a really great guy. He's getting close to retirement, trustworthy, reliable. Said he was going to be at my house at 10 o'clock today, and he was there at 9:58, ready to go. Like I said, we had used him in the past at my old place for years. He relined our chimney. He would come and clean it every year. So he's a chimney sweep. He does repair. Somebody I definitely would trust to come in and make sure that everything was functioning properly, and even stood with me a little bit and kind of gave me some tips on. I've never had like an actual real fireplace, you guys, in a place. So I've had a wood burning stove and I've had a pellet stove, but never an actual fireplace. So this is all new territory for me. But so if you are looking for somebody, word of mouth is by far the best way for businesses like that. He's had issues with Google trying to confirm or not confirm his listing. So I had a hard time finding him. But if you want his information, reach out to me and I will pass it on gladly. Like I said, he's getting closer to retirement, but I want to employ the good ones as much as we can. So Tim's Chimney Service. He used to be out of Auburn, I think, but now like I said, he lives in Sanford, but he travels around. I called him Friday and he was able to come today. So for those last minute things, it's nice to have, like, nice to know that there's somebody that you can rely on. And I think he's fairly priced too. Yeah. Okay. I'm so bummed that none of the comments ever showed up on Facebook. I don't know what the deal is. So I apologize if you were trying to comment and I didn't respond because I can't see any of it. But sometimes that's just the way life goes, I guess. So as a reminder, we are here normal hours Wednesday, 10 to 7, and closed Thursday for Thanksgiving, open Friday and Saturday, Black Friday and Small Business Saturday. And we'll have deals going both days. Might even have some surprise things that I haven't decided on yet. We'll see how it goes. Um, okay, I hope everybody has a good week. I hope you have a great Thanksgiving. Whatever you end up doing, I I just hope you're able to spend time with family and relax, not get too stressed out over food and family and everything else. Have a great week. If it's your thing, shop your little heart out, and we appreciate any time that you spend here with us, giving us your time and spending your money here locally with us or any of the small businesses in the marketplace. So have a great week. If we don't see you here in the shop, I will see you. I will be here. Oh, I may not be next Monday. I'll have to look at the calendar and see. I may or may not be doing a live next Monday. There's something happening at Northwood that I wanted to go to, and I'm pretty sure it's next Monday, but I have to double check. So keep an eye on our events to see if we've got a Facebook Live next week. If we don't, then it will be the week after that. So have a great week. Have a good Thanksgiving, and we will talk to you 2 weeks on the 2nd. Okay. I don't know. I don't know. It's either the 2nd or the 9th, but I don't remember what the day is of when the thing is. So we'll figure it out. Okay. We'll see everybody.